Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us here at Umbraco Winter Keynote 2025. Today we are going to look to the highlights of 2024, and we look to what we have in store for Umbraco in 2025. My name is Bolette, and I usually is the CMS product manager, but today I have the pleasure of hosting the Winter Keynote and guide you through today's agenda, and not least introduce you to the speakers of our panel. And speaking of, today's panel is here, and I'll go through all of them one by one a little bit later on. I hope you sit comfortable and that you're ready. We have people joining us from around the world today, so you might enjoy this with your morning coffee or with your afternoon tea. Maybe you sit by your desk comfy, or you're among colleagues. I know our Swedish partner manager, Tobias, he has invited partners, over 24 of them, to sit and watch the Winter Keynote together. No matter where you are listening from or joining from, it's always such a thrilling feeling for us here to know that we have so many joining us, and so it's so represented from so many regions across the world. Usually we take great pride in going to see our ecosystem face to face through meetups and partner summits and festivals. But it's become a bit of a tradition that the Winter Keynote is an online session. And even though we meet online today, I hope that you will engage with us as you usually do through the chat, and maybe say hi, say where you are joining from, and should you have a question throughout the session, you can also add it in the chat, and we will make sure to get back with an answer to you after today's show. Let's get started. The first person that you're going to hear from today is Matt. He is on his own a highlight of 2024, and he's going to let you in on how it's been taking on the role as Umbraco CEO, and also touch upon your predictions on 2025.
Oh, thank you, Bolette. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, it's fascinating to be here. Literally hundreds of people online. And be able to talk a little bit about first of all, 2024. 2024 has been a very good year. I would even say an exceptional year for it. But before that, I mean, one of the first things in 2024 was a highlight for me, was of course starting, coming into Umbraco. I started September the 1st, so been here a couple of months now. And that has been a very, very pleasant experience, being welcomed by everyone into the company, and also with a perfect timing. I came in straight into the strategic work that started for this year. Also had the pleasure to be around with all the partner meetings and the communities that we met up, literally starting with meeting hundreds of partners and clients and community members out there, forming and shaping the view and the insights of this superpower of our company that I've talked about so many times. So I'm thankful for that. But now we've said I'm no longer a new CEO. Now I'm a seasoned, long-time CEO, moving into the next year here. But if you look upon the numbers then about 2024, we grew more than 30%. There are metrics in our scorecard that's even beyond that. So an exceptional growth, which is for any company a very, very good story. We brought in 33 new people into the organization, which increased our cost with 25%. So with that, I want to say that whatever we get on the top line, we invest. So 2024 has been a year of growth and investments in order to continue this journey. We've had an excellent G2 report. We will hear more about that later on, but we're number 3 out of 380 in the CMS category, and in several very important categories, we're rated at the top. More to come on that cliffhanger. But that is asking people out there, clients, what do you think about? And that is the ratings we get. We've established a fully operational office in the US, in Charlotte. I had the pleasure to spend 2 weeks there together with the Partner Summit, fully operational with all parts of what you need, 15 people out of that office, and that's in a good way and good leverage to continue our growth in the US. We acquired new marketing suite. It's now Umbraco Engage. I heard about personalization 20 years ago, more than that. This has been an ongoing theme for that 20 years. But there's been so many personalization projects with high ambitions that haven't led to anything. Umbraco Engage is personalization for real. It works. It simplifies it, it makes it work from the start and provide the value and insights needed. More on that later on also. I realize I'm planting a lot of hooks here, but that's good for the future of it. We've had some major releases. Filip would cover that later on with significant value. We invested a lot in that, and there's been. As a software company, you go typically, some years it's a little bit slower on what you innovate, more back-end, you need to sort out whatever it is. Some years we provide more values to the forefront. I would say we've had one of those years now, and we are continually investing in that. We have expanded and we have enhanced our support to a level that is just impressive. And we have apparently had the best Codegarden so far, but I haven't seen anyone. So just wait and see what will happen. It's the 20 years anniversary and we're more on that also, but I'm looking forward to that. By the way, the most common questions I got when I started is not around what do you believe, what do you believe about the future, what is the strength of Umbraco? It is, have you been to Codegarden? And I've said no, and looking forward to that in 2025. But there's also, to balance this out a little bit, there are some challenges, some things that I think is a little bit not to the standards that we expected. Unfortunately, we didn't reach all our sustainability goals. I think that is not to satisfaction. And also, I would say that our brand awareness is too low, especially in the US. And I could be a little bit disappointed around the fact that the model, our open source model, that we are per definition providing, is not a model that fits the traditional big analysts companies. They look upon us as a kind of an underdog, while we believe and we see that we are a leader in many areas, and we see that out of the G2 report. A little bit of a mismatch there. But there are also more things. There's so many things. I can go on for this for quite a long time, and there is limitations of this, of how much we can do. So I did the practical thing. I did a video. So here we go. So we're back again. So with that, we leave 2024 and we're looking into 2025. So First of all, just a few predictions or thoughts from my side, observations, not particularly specifically onto our universe, but there are a couple of things, and there are 5 things that I brought forward as some kind of predictions for 2025. And you can't start any predictions nowadays without AI. Oh, hey, bring AI as the first one. That was smart. But I think it's just perspective. And I've been around. I'm not old, but I've been around. So I've seen this happening before. So would I say that AI is overhyped? Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it is. But is it a major disruptor? It's also yes, it is a major disruptor. But it is a fact that when new technology comes along, and this is a significant technology comes along, there is even a law that says that we tend to overestimate the short-term impact and underestimate the long-term impacts. There is no doubt that AI will have a long-term impact. You can do metaphors you can check upon, and you can references back when the internet was kicking off in the beginning of the century and all those things, and you will see that was the same type of overhype back then. But what I think is one trend with AI that we're going to see is the fact, and this is even a new Swedish word called AI slop. It's the English word slop, overwatered, or what you could say trash a little bit. So low quality content generated by AI is called AI slop. And it's even to the point where Amazon AI Lab estimates that 50% of all sentences on internet are half correct, watered down versions of English. So the model is feeding now itself with bad language or half-baked or half-watered down, or whatever you phrase it, and it will continue doing that. So I think my predictions is that we will have an increasing problem with AI trash, AI slop, as it heard. Know where you heard it first if you haven't heard it before. What a groundbreaking thing this is. Anyway, but there's no doubt in our world, in the CMS space and where we are, that content will explode. The time to produce a webcast or a blog post or any content, even automatically based upon various types of input, is now down to 0. And that will explode the content. This will become requirements onto this with that you have proper LLMs, data feeds that are quality assured. But you also need orchestrations, and I will get to that in a second, and I know Filip's going to talk about that also later on. With also the personalization that we already mentioned about, that works, and search, because content will explode. Yeah, that's the first one. The second one, ROI. I think it has been for a long time, but it's increasingly that digital platforms are expected to align with business goals and drive value for real. And that is increasing and changing. There are so many companies and organizations out there, and our partners and our community members face this on a daily basis, that are organizations and companies out there that are frustrated about their current platform. We can't have it this way. We will pay a fortune for this system, and we can't even update this. We can't even get out of this. Any continuous improvements needed is not possible due to a Stone Age or whatever platform and systems they're in. Which means that there are an increased demand for either changing or modifying with quick return on investment. There's not tons of money to be spent on this. So the TCO, total cost of ownership, and the high return on investment is absolutely something that comes into play now. And the flexibility, and to be able to cater in with continuous development, because it's not one project and then off you go. It is continuous development. So ROI is more on the radar than before. 3, what we call the race to the middle, is that on 2 ends, there is, on one end of the scale, there is the big suites, the whole integrated systems providing value with their integrated solutions are now moving towards the center by doing APIs, and then that and providing APIs, doing modularization, and providing various components, which moves into the headless solutions, more of the orchestrations or the composable architecture. That's on one end. The other end is that pure headless companies realize that they need to provide some basic CMS capabilities, but also providing some front-end capability. So they're moving the other way. And that's what we could call the race to the middle. The beauty of this observation is that where we are is just right in that middle. We're already there with our platform. We are providing all these things at the moment. So this observation is a little bit suited for us as it is. We could also humbly say that the observation is that everyone's trying to copy us, but I didn't say that. It is the race to the middle that we can see a trend there. But on that theme also, it is my fourth observation is that orchestration comes into play. And we can observe, and when I meet customers and clients out there, we're talking about the perfect composable architecture. It's IT driven. The IT department is now super happy about the whole perfect IT architecture, but it is on the expense of the editors and the marketeers. So managing, driving campaigns, updates, and content is becoming difficult. They're looking back on the old system, which is actually where they could manage and do things. Now they're in the perfect IT architecture and they can't do anything. That's where the orchestration comes in. And with the content exploding, as we said earlier, also the demands increasing, the orchestration becomes absolutely key to this. And the success criteria for a CMS provider will be to deliver that orchestration along with the composable architecture. That's my laser sharp observation, number 4. I think this is going to be, well, quoted on the net forever. Anyway, stop that. Security. Boring, maybe it is, but it's not. It's something that has to be part of all the thinkings. There are today more bots than people out there. There are more bots than people on the net. Cybercrime is estimated to be the 3rd largest economy on the globe. The 3rd largest. It's huge money. It's a huge drive for it. And anyone that's been hit by a cybercrime or an intrusion or anything like that knows exactly how much you suffer from it. So the consequences are enormous. There are the European cyber resilience also, so there are certain laws that you have to obey for this, that you have to make in, so it's not anything that you can choose not to do. So from a CMS vendor perspective, the success criteria is to demonstrate strong security credentials, of course, but also transparency. You have to be transparent about these things. These are the 5 observations that I've done in order to kind of predict the future. But everything you know about predictions is that in one way or another they are wrong, but at least I had a point. Yeah. Anyway, so what about Umbraco in 2025? And where are we heading? Well, we put one phrase to it. It is that we raised the bar. We're coming from a very strong 2024 that I talked about, but now we raised the bar. We will expand the world of Umbraco. The world of Umbraco is that we will get more partners and enterprise clients into our world. We will increase our global footprint through our community, which is by the way, it is impressive how many installments and how we are spread over the world through our community, the superpower of our organization. So we will expand the world of Umbraco. We raise the bar. On top, and on our product is that on top of our cloud offerings, we are to become truly scalable and composable because we do things for real. We don't do marketing stunts as many other software companies do because we can't, because we have a community that will tell us immediately if it's not true. And that's a good insurance to have. So we do things for true. We do things for real. And we are scaling up our scalability, and Filip will cover more about that, what we do with the scalability and also how we become truly composable in addition to what we already can. I think I've teed up Filip's speech a lot here now, no pressure. There are other speakers that would be great coming up also. Next on what we do for 2025 are the double down on customers' experience. We're increasing, and Javier will mention and will talk about how we now covered almost 24 hours of support around the globe. We raise our targets for sustainability. We are a leader in that space, and we're going to continue to keep that position. We raise the bar of that. But at the end, and maybe most important, we are to have even more fun than we've had before. And that is to raise the bar. I trust you that. And I'm looking forward to the Codegarden 2025. Yeah.
Thank you, Mats.
I think that was it.
I think that was very good.
Was it? Do you think it was very good even?
I think it was very good. There was really some good touch points there in your directions for 2025, no doubt about that. So in general, I think it's very interesting to follow these trends and buzzwords as they float through the industry. And over time, it changes. And sometimes it's in favor of our product, and sometimes it's less of a favor. But there is really nothing else to do than to observe the trends and then choose a way to navigate them, and then of course staying real and true to the product that you're delivering. And right there in that case, I think Umbraco is really doing it well.
Hallelujah.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
All right, let's take a look at what is up next. It is time to hear from CTO at Umbraco, Filip Bech-Larsen, and we're going to learn more about what awaits for the Umbraco products in 2025. But you also had a pretty good 2024, right?
I think we did. We shipped a more flexible back office in 2024. Now you can add and remove and replace anything that you see inside of the well-known Umbraco interface. Everything is much more flexible, and it's really built for extension. In 2024, we also shipped a full management API, so the editing version of the headless delivery API that's across all of our products is now also available to change any content. So whether you're making an integration or just building an app or anything like this, you now have official API endpoints to do anything that you'd like to do. We also changed or improved how we work with multilingual in Umbraco. You can now much more easily share layouts between multiple languages and choose to just localize a specific section of the grid or just a specific graphics or anything like this. All of this, we've made Umbraco faster, we've made it leaner, we've changed the way how we do caching in Umbraco, so the startup time is much faster, and in general, Umbraco is just much faster than it was previously. It's built on .NET 9. We were one of the first ones to ship on top of Microsoft's .NET 9 release. Less than 48 hours after the official release, we actually shipped the version of Umbraco that runs on top of it. And as you saw in the video, Emma actually got to be on stage at the .NET event and talk about our usage of hybrid cache and all of the cool stuff inside of .NET 9. A feature that a lot of you have been asking for, we also shipped in 2024, is the CI/CD integration in cloud. So you can bring your own Git repositories, you can bring your own build pipelines, the tooling, everything that you want, so you can build how you want to build inside of Umbraco. And it's really cool to see that you guys are starting to adopt this and use it in production and to gain that extra flexibility for your project. And a personal highlight of mine was when we shipped the sustainability dashboard in cloud as well. As you know, our industry actually makes a pretty significant impact on the planet, negative impact in terms of all the carbon being emitted from power to all the data centers all over the world. And we want to do our part in making that just a little bit less. And the first part of that for us is to make it visible for all of our users how much CO2 is actually being emitted from their usage of Umbraco. So inside of the cloud portal, you can now actually track on a project level how you're doing compared to your other projects. And over time, we have so much more we want to add to here to nudge you to build better projects with Umbraco and really improve the world just that small bit. And all of this, as Matt said, has really brought us amazing G2 reviews. And that's what it's really all about at the end of the day, right? It's the experience of the people actually using the products, the content editors that just have more fun and is more intuitive and more empowered to do what they need to do, and the developers that have flexibility that makes them productive, that makes them efficient when they're bending Umbraco to do just that one thing that makes their project shine. We can't be prouder, and like the validation of our users is what it's all about. All of this is really brought together in the ecosystem, in the community that Emma will talk more about later. And I'm really proud to see that our marketplace is really gaining traction as well. We launched this about 2 years ago, and this really shows the power of Umbraco. We now have more than 450 add-ons that helps you get started quickly, or maybe adds just this powerful niche functionality that you just need for your project. And as Matt said, we launched Umbraco Engage as the front runner or the next step for your marketing suite, and that was a big highlight for us as well. Now there's actually an official way to analyze your visitors, their behavior, adapt to their differences, try out an hypothesis about 2 ways to do a conversion or something like this, and at the end of the day, convert better. Because conversion is what it's all about, and conversion can of course mean different things depending on who you are. Maybe it's people buying something on your web shop, maybe it's signing up for your newsletter, or just finding that piece of information really, really quickly. And with Engage, it's easier for you to optimize and to convert better. All of this in mind, we call ourselves a CMS platform. And by that we mean that we are more than just content, but we are still focused around content. Content is what it's all about. And with Umbraco, you can really build that unique experience on top of us. We want to be the platform that you can count on, that you can build on top of. And you want your platform to be predictable. You want it to be stable. You want it to be secure. And all of those things are really, really important to us and what we go to work for every day. We're the foundation that you build on top of, and we'll continue to be that in 2025 as well. 2025 will be even better. We have some cool features coming up. I'm not going to mention all of them, but I just want to mention just a few highlights. Starting with improving how we work with reusing content inside of Umbraco. As a content editor, you want to maybe reuse content from one page to the other, or from the footer to a page, or something like this. Or maybe between languages or between multiple sites. And in Umbraco, in the next couple of years, we'll be working to make this an even better experience. Coming very soon is a feature that we call content release sets. That is for Umbraco workflow. And this really allows you to kind of bundle releases or bundle changes and publish them at a specific time. So you can plan out your marketing campaign for the next couple of months, and stuff can automatically go on and off at different times. Super, super powerful feature, and we're pretty close to being ready with. But if you want to try it out, if you want to help us shape the last couple of details and make sure that it fits your needs, reach out, and we'll happily invite you to a beta and try it out with us. Another thing that we want to get your feedback on is flexible environments. We've been talking about this for a while. This is the feature where that will allow you to break out of the linear approach that we have to environments in Umbraco Cloud. Maybe you want that feature branch that you'll be working on for a while, or maybe you want a QA branch or a QA environment where a QA team can go in and do testing on stuff before it's actually going live. All of this will be possible inside of Umbraco Cloud soon. And here as well, we're looking for people to help us test this out in the coming months. And the last feature I want to mention for you to try out is bring your own login provider to Umbraco Cloud. Also a feature that a lot of you have been asking for a while. This will mean that larger organizations will be able to let their users log directly into the Umbraco back office from their company account, whether that's with Google or with Microsoft or anything that's OpenID Connect compatible. You'll be able to set up directly from the cloud portal and have all of your users automatically have access to Umbraco as well. All of these features will be ready for beta testing very soon. And if you want to be part of this test, reach out to product@umbraco.com, send us your details, what features you're looking forward to trying, and the project that you want to try it out, and then we'll be happy to roll you into this. Help us shape the future of these features. And talking about the future, in the fall, I kind of laid out these 4 lighthouses as kind of guiding stars for where we're going with Umbraco in the next couple of years. And I want to also just touch a little bit of AI like Mats did, because our approach to AI may be seen a little bit hesitant. And that is very much on purpose. And that aligns with what I was saying about being a platform before. We want to be that stable foundation that you can count on. We don't want to ship something that's not ready or that's not how it will end up being. Instead, we want to give you APIs, we want to give you foundations, we want to give you hooks to innovate on top of Umbraco. And a lot of you are doing that already. I can't tell you how excited I am to see the AI category in the marketplace and see how you guys are trying out AI in different pieces of Umbraco. Of course, we're following along with this, and as this matures, as the technology is ready to use and kind of stabilizes, and we see what makes sense, of course, we'll bring some of this into the core. But for now, we'll focus on the primitives, we'll focus on making this available and easy for you to innovate on top of. And with all of this, I want to just end on saying, like, with Umbraco, you've always been able to, and you want to make sure that you can always build how you want to build. You can build what you want to build, but you can also build how you want to build. We want to make sure that you get all the flexibility, that you get all the tools, that you can do things how you want to. And this will continue to give us the strength that allows you to have a super fast return on investment and a go-live times like no one else. And this is really what makes me super excited about Umbraco and the future. Our users love Umbraco, and businesses do as well, because we create results, because we make you productive and we make you efficient. And with that, I'll hand it back to you, Bolette.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much. There is really some good features from 2024 ready to try out, and also it looks like there is plenty to look forward to in 2025. And additionally, plenty of opportunities for you out there to help us reviewing and sharpening these upcoming features. And if you shortly just will allow me to put back on my CMS hat and say that all of the contributions that you can also do to the CMS release candidates, both the minor and the major that we send out, is really crucial. This collaboration that we do, that is really what secures our open source product is thriving and keeps being relevant, and also make sure that we deliver high quality releases every time. So yeah, keep on doing that. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take a look at what is next. All right, now let me introduce you to Javier Miranda, COO at Umbraco HQ, and he will take us through the journey, the commercial journey that Umbraco is going to be on in 2025. But first, a brief walkthrough of the highlights of 2024.
Thank you, Bolette. Hi. Well, as Mats mentioned, 2024, it's been a great year in Umbraco. We made a great progress in our commercial ecosystem, and during 2024, a lot of new brands, a lot of new partners and clients, they came to Umbraco and tried our solutions for the first time. On top of that, a lot of our existing partners and existing clients decide to double down a little bit more the commitment with us, trying more new products and basically using the relation that we have a little bit deeper. We cannot be more happy from that, and we have to say that it's been a great year for us. So indeed, we said internally that we have been making this big effort to win our markets. We have been growing in a substantial rate. Indeed, it's more or less double than the average of the CMS industry. And this growth is being basically led by our main markets, that they are the US and the UK market. When we look to our partners, in 2024 was the moment that we fully roll out our partner program for real. We are very happy to see how many partners they engage into this new partner program, and not only about being part of the program, also the use of the products and the credits coming from this program is being like actually mind-blowing and overwhelming. We are super, super happy for us. Also during 2024, we decided to invite our registered partners to be part of this program, to reinforce the relations with them the more that we can. And since June, we basically bring them all, the one that want to be part of it, as silver, gold, or platinum partners. We are very happy to say that right now in 2025, there is not any single certified Umbraco partner that we do not have a close relation or a close understanding on who are they and what they are doing. So pretty happy on that. Also, we have been working a lot in our support, both partners and clients, and also offers that we have on the table. That leads into actually best-in-class support results with an incredible NPS that we truly like to kick off a little bit more into a higher level this year. On top of them, we put several on-demand new training courses that they are being heavily requested by the partners, and I will talk a little bit more later about what is coming on that front. Finally, last and not least, we have been working a lot on our Umbraco brand. We are not happy with the number yet. We are not happy with our brand awareness, but we are being seeing the path to go. We have been testing and doing a lot of things this year, and we are seeing the results coming in the market. So overall, great year for us. But you didn't came here to hear about the past. Let's better talk about the future. What do we have on the shelf for you? Well, there is a few things that they are kicking off the shelf right now as we speak. First of all, we're going to have a new product available starting from this week that is the access to second-level support. This is a fast-track experience for a fast-track product for experienced platinum partners that basically allow them to reach the second-level support of Umbraco in a better way. This is an invitational only, and we will observe during the next months how this product this moves. Also, we are addressing the fact that many partners, they need a better way to resell enterprise deals to their clients when their clients need to have a direct relationship with us. So we basically decide to allow our partners to resell enterprise support deals in a more convenient way for them. So more details will come from your partner managers very soon. And last, but again, not least, Umbraco 8 is literally at the verge of not being supported anymore. In question of days, this product is going to be deprecated for us. So please be 100% sure that if you have a client or a project that needs extra support, let us know. We have a good solution for most of you and hopefully can just help you to pass from the non-supported version of Umbraco to a more modern and more practical one. On top of that, let me talk a little bit about training. During this year, we have been talking to a lot of partners and clients, and you are being addressing all the time the need of having a better and more skilled developers. It's quite complicated to find good people outside. They're rare, and Umbraco is becoming a more demanded technology in the market. On top of that, when we are being onboarding agencies and training agencies and partners and clients this year, we are being noticing that the ones that they have a more refreshed knowledge on the current training solutions, they are achieving much better results. So because of that, we are double down in our commitment to put more and better training on the table and make it all available on demand. So what is coming? Well, in a few months, we're going to have the Umbraco Cloud Developer version 2 on the table, heavily requested, and is something that definitely we have to refresh again. Also heavily requested, Umbraco hardcore training will come around Q3. This is actually a pretty big one. And also the load balancing on demand will come in Q4. But probably even more important than that, a couple of days ago, we launched the Umbraco application integration course in Q1. And this is actually a very, very important course for us because now, for the first time, any person all around the world can become an Umbraco certified master on demand. There is not more limitations for you. Now it's totally all for you. This is a very, very important course, and hopefully we're going to see more Umbraco certified masters very, very soon. Let's talk about branding. Boosting our brand is becoming our obsession these days. We truly believe that our technology has the potential to be adopted vastly in our key markets, and many companies and many solutions can be just benefiting out from that. So basically, we decide to reinforce the actions that we have been doing this year. We have been focusing a lot in our positioning and how do we believe that our brand needs to be understood and explained outside. And on top of that, we are being double down our efforts, participating in events, collaborating with analysts, review firms, and also planning quite a lot of actions around that. So more of the things that we have been doing and a little bit deeper. But there is a difference this year. This year, we are making this completely transparent. A few weeks ago, our marketing team who was presenting this plan to our partners is very clear, very visible. You have access to the whole marketing plan of Umbraco, and you should be able to see if your agency can just get a benefit out of this or your brand can tip up in a particular way. But we have been hearing from you a lot the need of helping commercial forces and sales teams to understand Umbraco and explain Umbraco in a better way. Because of that, we basically took the challenge, and I'm happy to say that in H1 we will present the first Umbraco Sales Academy. This is a free training resource for partners with the sales and commercial teams. They can just learn how to basically pitch Umbraco more successfully, present Umbraco to the market, and we truly believe that it's going to be great. Of course, this is completely free of charge for all of our partners. Now, let me talk briefly about customer success. Is our goal to have like a big class, top class support by our strategy in 2030? We truly believe that our clients, they should be in the center. We truly believe that we need to have a really good relation with them, and their success is our success. Because of that, we are going to do an extra effort this year on top of the current actions that we're doing right now. As Mats mentioned before, we're going to expand the coverage of our office hours. We truly believe that we can just go a little bit deeper into this and offer a better time support for our partners that we have in the West Coast in the US, the partners that we have in Australia, and also the few that you work in the EMEA region in late hours as some of us. So ideally, if everything goes as expected, by H1 we should be able to cover 21 out of 24 hours support during the weekdays. And we believe that this is a commitment that we're going to reach a little bit more in the future. On top of that, we are seeing that the partners that they are being properly introduced to our customer success platform, and we have a good relation with them about how to use our support, how to find the weaknesses they have a great, great success. So because of that, we decide that we're going to offer to all our partners a partners pulse session this year, when basically we can sit with them, help them with the support needs, try to figure out which training gaps they might have that we can just fill, and especially get a better knowledge of how they can get the best opportunities of working with Umbraco. We are seeing that the agencies and partners that they have been doing this, they have great success this year. Also, we are going to reinforce our strategy in North America. We decide basically to open a new data center in Canada. It's going to happen around mid-Q1. We have quite a lot of clients and partners there that they have been relying on the infrastructure of the US, but we believe that the Canadian one is more supportive for them. Okay? So, way more to come during this year. This is just the beginning. You're going to get a better understanding of that probably when we present more around Codegarden. But the most important thing for us, as usual, in our commercial strategy is we want to keep listening to you. This is a joint effort. We cannot do this alone. We don't want to do this alone. It's our DNA to do this together. So please, share your feedback, let us know, talk to your partner manager, reach us on any event that we are part of or we organize. Come to us. We are here for you. Okay? So,
brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Javier. That was some very good insights, and something to come, now here in Q1, and something to look forward to later in the year. That's great. Personally, I really look forward to the brand boost, to see what that is going to give us. At least that's what resonates most with the conversations I have with partners. You out there, you really want to build more Umbraco projects, but sometimes your client just isn't aware about Umbraco yet, and we are here to change that.
Let's fix it.
Cool, let's do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's take a look at what is up next. All right, No Umbraco Winter Keynote without an update for the Umbraco community, of course. And to give us that, of course, we have Emma Burstow, VP of Developer Relations.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for the welcome. So today we get to talk a little bit about what's ahead for the Umbraco community in 2025. And it would be remiss of me if we didn't linger for just a little while on some of the highlights from last year. Now, you saw some of those highlights in that fantastic video, and 2024 was a great year for the community. We were in so many places. Aside from the big events, we spent time together on Discord, at our friendly forum, and even places that many of you are not likely to see, GitHub, RFCs, requests for comments that keep us super close to you and help us to make our products better with you. So we also got to a lot of places to connect in person. We were all over the world. Now, you've seen some of the events that we've enjoyed, but in addition, we also had our very first in-person event in India and another in Dubai. And one of the things you'll see on this slide is just the huge rise in numbers of attendees, and that's just at our meetups alone. So we want to say a huge thank you. Please keep coming back. And these are, again, just the big bang things. We can't talk about all the many, many tiny interactions that make our ecosystem the engaged and exciting place that it is. So 2025 for me has 3 watchwords, and these are growth, engagement, and impact. In the Umbraco community, we do not sit still. We never rest on our laurels. We keep growing, we keep changing, and we want to make sure that we're able to supercharge our people and empower you, because we know that you are our best advocates. We do that in a number of ways. But of course, one of my favorites is the Community Teams Initiative. I was in a community team, so perhaps I'm a little bit biased. We are super happy to be announcing the new orchestration team coming up. We'll be working with people from the community to begin our orchestration project, making sure that, as ever, whatever we're building for you, we're building with you. We'll also open up some of the other teams, so keep an eye out if you're interested in becoming involved. We will have up to 5 community teams up for renewal across 2025 and 4 advisory boards too. We're always looking for people to get involved, but if that's not for you, if that's not something that you're particularly interested in, just know that we are always working with experts. The Community Teams Initiative brings our users, the people that use our product every day, that know it best, inside so that we're able to innovate constantly with you. And it's just another way that we really live our ethos of transparency and openness. Expanding knowledge and skills is also something that's very, very important to us in the Umbraco community. We know that your implementations get stronger the more experience you have. The community has so much experience that you are able to learn from. And at Umbraco, we're really passionate about creating spaces for you to share that knowledge, because we know that it doesn't matter how many years you have under your belt, how many certifications you've collected along the way, there's always something that you can learn from each other. So it's our job to make sure that you're able to do that. And we do that through a series of initiatives that connect you to each other and to us. Watch this space to see what's coming this year. There are some fantastic opportunities for you to connect and share and expand your knowledge. The other thing that's been mentioned is that we've been doing this for a while. Like, we have 20 years of experience behind us. It's time for us to lead by example. We have so much to share in the wider tech world. And as in 24, you are going to see a lot of us in 2025. Javier spoke earlier about boosting our brand, and one of the ways that we know that we're able to do that is through our community, through the people that participate. We want you to let us know where you're representing Umbraco, and we're going to make sure that we remove all the friction from that experience so that to ensure that you're able to get out there too. I'm pretty sure that 2025 is going to be one of those years where you see an awful lot of us. You cannot escape us. We'll also be continuing to support festivals and events. Now, huge fan of festivals, because I think there's nothing better than getting together with a bunch of other Umbratians, or people that do Umbraco, and learning and connecting and sharing that knowledge. So we will be all over the world, but just let's take a moment to think about meetups too. Meetups are happening in more places than ever. As was said before, there was a 70% rise in attendees this year, but it's extraordinary how many places around the world you are now able to join an Umbraco meetup. So stay in touch with us, find out where your nearest is, and just think about the different ways that you could become involved. And if there's nothing nearby, there's always the virtual meetups too. This year will be our biggest and best Codegarden. I'm pretty sure we've said that a few years in a row, but this time it's definitely true. Our biggest and best Codegarden yet, and that's our biggest event in the Umbraco calendar. And Steffi, my esteemed colleague, is going to join us a little bit later to talk about this coming Codegarden. Maybe there'll be some kind of announcement too. I don't know. Sometimes she does that. Maybe we've got that to look forward to. So a very, very exciting thing that we're able to amplify, because it's certainly not announced, it was announced a few weeks ago, is that the Umbraco Down Under Festival, that's Australia, will be returning this year. On April the 11th, we're going to have the first one since 2019. Come and see us. We are in a whole new time zone, one that we're not used to being in. I, for one, am very, very excited about attending and just super, super keen to meet all of our Umbracians down under. We'll also be growing and celebrating our MVP program. Our most valuable people are currently 99 people who work very closely with us and also out in the world. Their contributions last year range from organising events, contributing code, writing and delivering talks and articles, and so much more. So already this year, we've seen our MVPs deliver Umbraco training as far afield as Sri Lanka, and we are 9 days into the year. They are a productive and impressive group. They reach all the places that we can't always get to, and often you'll meet them out in the world even before you meet us. We know that they are our best ambassadors, and so it makes a lot of sense for us to keep them close and give them all the superpowers that they might need in order to spread the word. It's with that in mind that we're going to be inviting them this year to HQ for a summit where products and engineering and other internal teams will work closely with them to continue that tradition of developing with our users. This is our commitment to innovating with you. But there are so many things you can do, even when you're not an MVP. Stay in touch with us. Filip just announced that we were looking for comments on the beta, and he already has some in before I came to talk, and that was just moments after it went live. We need to hear from you to make sure that we build the best version of Umbraco possible. We're always asking for comments and we're always asking for input. Please talk to us. We're going to continue to strengthen community infrastructure too. Some of you will have Googled a solution for an implementation problem and found our beloved forum, ourumbraco.com. But if you've checked in recently, you'll see that it needs a little love. And this year we'll see our rebuilt, relaunched in a wonderful way in order to really enhance collaboration and make sure that you have somewhere to go and have your questions answered and to work together. And we're going to continue driving other kinds of contributions too, because we know that a thriving and engaged community is one that grows and it's one that lasts. If you want to contribute, you should know exactly where to start, and that's our job to make that clear. Our community website will be a one-stop shop, and we're happy to announce or to remind that it's on the latest LTS now. So for our part, we're going to continue shining a light on what you do, and we're going to continue to learn from you. We're going to remain open, transparent, and hungry. So a wise person once said that together we are greater than the sum of our parts, and that's a philosophy that I particularly believe in. If you've had an experience with the community, we'd love to hear about it. Make sure that you share it on socials. Perhaps you're thinking about exactly a thing right now. But if not, let's make 2025 the year that you do. That's
Thank you, Emma. Wow. So much is going on, so many ways to be involved in. It's great stuff. And an MVP summit.
Yes.
Yay! I know how it is or what a pleasure it is to host the community teams visit when they are coming over to Odense here to meet us, and where we connect and collaborate and have fun. And it would be great to do the same with the MVPs.
Good.
Thank you.
I'll see you there.
I'll be there. All right, that was all for our speakers today. I hope you have gotten some good insights into what we are working on already and what is planned for 2025. If not, if you still sit around with a question, then let us know in the chat, and we'll make sure to get back to you with an answer after the session today. Before I let you go, I can see that my colleague, Head of Events, Steffi, is very eager to come on in and to give you some exciting updates on Codegarden 2025. So what do you got, Steffi?
Yes, I snuck in here.
Yeah, you did.
From behind the scenes. So I would like to use this occasion to talk a little bit about the upcoming Umbraco Codegarden. It has been mentioned a couple of times, but for the new ones out there, Codegarden is the Umbraco Developer Conference, a one-of-a-kind conference experience mixing both learning and collaboration with just the right amount of fun and crazy. I will make sure of that. It's the annual celebration of all things Umbraco and the fantastic things that people can do and make with it. You can also start looking forward to more than 40 sessions that we're building. We have workshops for you, we have a hackathon, an award show, and so much more. Today, and right now actually, we have launched the tickets. I actually saw that the first 2 have already been bought. Congratulations, Jason, for being the first one. Right now we have an offer going that is a limited number of 50 super early bird tickets. They are first come, first serve. So go to our website, codegarden.umbraco.com, for more info. And we have already actually confirmed the first 10 speakers for this year, and also the keynote speaker for the Business Summit for our partners and end customers. That will be Chuck Cahoon, who is the principal analyst at Forrester. And we would also love to see you on stage. We have a deadline on the 14th of February, so go and submit your talk, and maybe we will see you on stage as well. As it's been mentioned before, this year really marks a special year for us. It celebrates not only 20 years of open source, but also the 20th edition of Codegarden. So I promise you, it's an edition that you will not want to miss.
That's for sure. There's no doubt that Codegarden 2025 is going to be something special. I know for sure that I'm excited already, and I know the work has started, all the preparation is rolling out, and all of us here from Umbraco HQ is looking forward to not just meeting old friends and known partners, but also say hi to all of you that are new to Umbraco. I believe it's 50% of the guests at Codegarden, then they are known to Umbraco, and then there is the remaining 50%, they are all new to Umbraco, to Umbraco and to Codegarden. So Codegarden is really for everyone, and should Codegarden 2025 be your first one, then you will not be alone, that's for sure. I think there is nothing much less than to bring in the panel again. Let's do that. Hello, panel.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, you're welcome. There is one last thing for this session of the Winter Keynote. Yeah, you didn't know perhaps, but there is. Mats, your one word for 2025.
One word.
One word.
Race.
Yes, Filip?
The bar.
Those two, but all right. All right. Emma?
Engage.
Okay.
I'll take engage.
Javier?
Growth.
Yes. Steffi?
I'm going to be cheeky. 2 words.
Come on.
20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Bye, 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 bye.